This is easy. All right, here we go. Oh, I forgot to put the section on there. I did it earlier and I changed things. 4-1?
No.
Okay. All right, here we go. Everybody paying attention now? Let's look up here. Let's get rid of that. Let's make this that, and let's make that this. Okay. You got all that? Yeah, a lot of this is and that's. Okay, here we go. This is pretty simple stuff. It's we're basically just classifying triangles. We've already classified angles. If I had an angle that looked like this, what kind of an angle is that? Yeah, that's acute, isn't it? All right. See how cute it is? All right, so watch.
Obtuse.
Okay, that would be obtuse, and then this would be.
Well, it means little box.
Yeah, that's right. Very good, because if it didn't have the box, you wouldn't know if it's a right angle, would you? So that's an acute angle, an obtuse angle, and a right angle. Well, guess what we're going to do now? This chapter, we're going to talk about triangles. All right? We're actually going to talk about triangles a lot, not just in this chapter. Let me just take a peek ahead. I believe. Yep, more stuff about triangles in chapter 5. And guess what? Chapter 6, no triangles. Chapter 7, yeah, a little bit of triangles. Yep, similar triangles in chapter 7. And then chapter 8 are right triangles. All right, so we got a lot of triangles. Can you imagine that there's so much information about triangles that they have, what, 3 or 4 chapters basically devoted to triangles? So they got to be important, don't you think? Absolutely. So let's take a look. They're very special. All right, so let's do this. Let's grab this one, put it right here. Look at that, just like magic. Just magically appears. Let's take a look at this triangle right here. Now, we called this an acute angle, didn't we? Look at all the angles inside of here. Now, you have to make some assumptions about, do they look acute?
Yeah.
They are all acute, aren't they? They're all acute angles. That's an acute angle. So is that. So is that. So they're all acute angles. What do you think we're going to call this triangle? Big stretch. So we'll call it an acute, what? Triangle. All right? Now, what's true about an acute triangle? All angles are acute. Okay, every single one of them, not just 2 of them, not just 1 of them, all 3 of them are acute. Make sense? All right, that's pretty easy. I don't think we have to belay that point anymore. Let's make this a little bit. Bye. Good luck. Where are you guys running today? Lum's Pond. Okay. What time is the first race? Do you know?
I think it's like
3:20. Okay. All right. I might check. And it's middle school. Middle school, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you.
Do they run just 2 races? Do you have any idea?
No.
Do they have like a JV and varsity for middle school? Or just have a boy and girl and that's
It's
it?
just boy and girl.
That's it? Okay. Because I know the high school does JV and varsity. Okay. Because I need some pictures. All right, let's take a look at this. Let's take a look at this. What kind of an angle is this one right here? Which one's this one?
Obtuse.
No, this one right here.
Obtuse.
This one right here. Look where I'm pointing.
That's an acute.
That's an acute. So is that an acute triangle?
No.
No, because of this. What's this angle right here?
Obtuse.
It's obtuse. Now think about this. Can you have a triangle with all 3 obtuse angles? Nah, it couldn't be. You couldn't have a triangle, could you? Because look, I mean, if I drew an acute angle, or an obtuse, sorry, if I drew an obtuse angle here, is there any way I'm going to get them to meet and become a triangle? No. There's no way. Until I went like this, but then what did I do? I just made it acute, didn't I? All right, so there's no way that I could have even 2 obtuse angles, right? So what's the most number of obtuse angles you can have?
1.
Only 1. So this is called, what do you think? Obtuse triangle. But it's not because all the angles are obtuse. It's what? 1 obtuse angle. Obtuse is ugly? What, this one? Or this one? Oh, this, what I drew? Yeah, that's okay. I don't mind. All right, so it's 1 obtuse angle. Put that in there. All right, 1 obtuse angle. So now, do you see how it's kind of going by what we did over here earlier? So what do you think the next one is going to be? Yeah, good call. All right, so now we'll just make it a little bit bigger. And we'll put a little right angle symbol in there just to make sure we know it's a right angle. All right, same thing must be true. Watch. If, what's this angle right here? Look where I'm pointing. That's an acute angle. And what's this one? This is an acute angle. But what's this?
Right.
It's a right angle. So I don't call it an acute triangle, do I? Because all three would have to be acute to be an acute triangle. What do we think we'll call this? How about a right triangle? Okay. It's not brain surgery, is it?
No.
Okay, pretty easy. So it's a right triangle. Because how many right angles are there in a right triangle? There is one right angle. I'll just shorthand it. Okay, one right angle. You couldn't have two, could you? Because if I had two, let's go back to this. Watch. Here's a right angle right here. What if I went from here and went to make that a right angle? Is there any way I can make a triangle out of that? No, I could keep on going forever. That'll never be a triangle, will it? All right. So I can't have any more than just one right angle. Make sense? Now we're going to learn something a little bit later on that you probably already know. But what do you know about the sum of the angles of a triangle? It's 180, isn't it? And that's free of charge, okay? That won't show up on your tuition bill. All right, so we're going to learn that a little bit later, but that's something right here. Listen, shh, 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 come on. Right here, this is more than 90, right? If I had another angle that was more than 90, then guess what all my angles are? Just with those two, it would be more than 180. Can I have more than 180 degrees in a triangle? Absolutely not. All right, so there's no way I could have more than one obtuse angle, or what? More than one right angle. Would you agree?
All angles or all triangles equal 180 degrees.
Absolutely.
Duh.
Yes. Really?
You didn't know that?
Well, yes. All the sum. Let's say it like this: the sum of all the angles of any triangle, doesn't matter what shape, how big it is, all the angles add up to 180 degrees. But again, you didn't hear that from me, all right? Until later. I'm just being silly with you. All right, let's do another type. We classified all those. I should have written this down, but we classified all those triangles according to their angles, right? We looked at all the angles. We named it either what? Acute, obtuse, or right. Because of what? Because of the angles. We didn't even talk about the sides at all, did we? We just talked about the angles. So now, let's talk about the sides, okay? Let's see if I have, let's scooch this over. I don't know if I put any, I don't think I did. That's okay. I'll try to make one. See if I can make one. Watch. We'll go like this, copy and paste, and let's see if I can do this real quick. Transform, rotate. Let's make it 60. Alright, there we go. Now we're cooking. Watch this. We're cooking this. Alright, boom, boom. And then let's go to transform again, and let's reflect about the vertical. Yes. Alright. And go right here.
Is there a regular triangle?
We will talk about regular things, but not right now. It's not perfect, but it's pretty close. Why isn't it?
You're good enough.
Let's scooch that over, and let's scooch this over. Sorry, I should have had this prepared before, but you get the idea. All right, there we go. Now, now, we talked about the angles before. What do you think we're going to talk about on this? Talk about the sides. So, I was pretty careful. I copied and pasted, didn't I? And so, I made that side equal to this side equal to this side. All right, so now we're talking about the sides of the angle. So, if all the sides are equal, we call that an equilateral. Lateral means sides. We've discussed that word earlier in the year, didn't we? Equilateral means equal sides, the equal amount of sides. So if I put little tick marks right here, all three sides are equal to each other. So that's an equilateral what? Triangle. All right? Pretty easy, right? What if I had, I'll tell you what, let's just do another one. We'll go like this, copy and paste, and then we'll, oops, I don't want that. This, yes, transform, let's reflect it, about that again. Alright, we're cool now. Watch. What if I did this? Alright, and what if I did this? Connected it to here. Alright, there we go. Now, what did I copy and paste it? I just copied this one and pasted it here, didn't I? Alright, so what does that mean? That means that this side is equal to this side. So when only two of the sides are equal, now technically the definition for this is at least two of the sides are equal. So look at here. are at least 2 of the sides equal here?
Yeah.
Yeah, so actually I can use the same word for this one or this one. But for the most part, we just kind of designate this one triangle being the same. And you already said it, Alyssa. Tell us what it is. Isosceles. I-S-O-S, isos, and then Celes, C-E-L-E-S. Like Celine Dion, right?
Oh,
Anybody heard of her?
yes.
Yeah.
Okay, Isos. You like her?
No.
I can't stand her, sorry.
Mm.
Hope she's not watching my YouTube, but sorry.
It's okay.
She was just in the news the other day. She got hurt or something. Was she having a baby and she was in the hospital or something like that? I don't know. No, she was hurt. I didn't say murdered, no. No, she was hurt. I think she was in the hospital because of her baby complications with her baby, but I think she's fine. But anyway. So Isosceles. I think I looked it up one time. I always thought that maybe it's named after some guy, some Greek guy or something like that, but I don't know what it is. I looked it up. A lot of good. Yeah, I think ISO has something to do with it. I think it's like Latin or Greek or something for some. I don't know. Anyway, if it's isosceles, if it's an isosceles triangle, how many sides are equal? 2 sides, or at least 2 sides. But we'll just say 2 sides. Is that all right? So 2 sides are equal. So equilateral, what? All the sides, all 3 sides are equal. Okay, so equilateral, isosceles. Now this would technically be considered isosceles because at least 2 of the sides are equal, right? So, but we hardly ever call this isosceles. We would normally call this equilateral, and this is the one that we would save for isosceles. You got it?
Yes.
Okay. Now, what if we had one like this? What if we had a triangle like this, and like that? Now, I did not copy and paste any of these sides, did I?
Mm-mm.
No.
So, look, I don't know that any of these sides are equal, and they really don't. I don't know. Maybe that one and that one's pretty close, but I didn't make them equal to each other. All right, so none of these sides are equal to each other, and we give this a name, and they call these scalene. We don't use this very often because there's really nothing special about it. Sorry, scalene triangle. But it's a scalene triangle, and it means no sides are equal. No sides are equal to each other. Okay? So there's no tick marks because none of the sides are equal to each other. With me on that? All right. Here's an example. Let's do a quick example. Let's pause this. All right, here's our triangle. Here's our information. You put a little tick mark here, a little tick mark here, which means these 2 sides are equal. Alyssa, what are they? It's a what kind of a triangle? Isosceles triangle. So if it's an isosceles, what's true about this and this? Is that us already? Wow. Okay, so what do we do with these?
You make them equal to each other, then solve for x, and then you get x, you plug it in, and then you have to figure out.
That's right.
Oh, so
Okay, so you can do the work. Okay, you solve for x, it's like 1.5. Once you solve for x, you put it back into this. You put it back into here. You put it back. Of course, these are going to be the same thing. You figure out that you got all the sides. Okay, I'll assign this probably tomorrow.
Can we do it tonight if we have?
I might go like a lesson ahead. I'll teach one and assign yesterday's lesson. Okay, is that all right?
Can we do it ahead of time?
Yeah, you do it ahead if you want. If you want to do it ahead, sure.
Please come to the office.
Let me look it up.
What is it?
If you want to do it ahead of time, here's
We have it. I know.
I want to do it. No, I don't want to do it. I just don't want to have to do it.
Let's see. It's page 239. I think that's the right one.
You know we got a health project go tomorrow, right?
I
I
said.
already did half of it last night.
All right, so it's 239,
Numbers.
240, 15 to 37, and 49 to 52.
Last night.
All right, so there it is right there.
Oh,
So I'm not officially assigning it, but tomorrow I will. Okay.
Plus the
And
49 to 52.
Well, what I'll